In this episode, we leave Sleeping Giant Provincial Park and go to Rainbow Falls Provincial Park. After that, we go to Neys Provincial Park and then White Lake Provincial Park, finishing up at Lake Superior Provincial Park in the Agawa Bay Campground.
I'm going to take a video of the beautiful Lake Superior with all the waves coming in, and Doug's doing his Wordle.
Done my Wordle. Beat Lisa for the first time in like a week.
I helped him.
Didn't really. Well, he only helped because in this bright sun I couldn't even see which letters I had right.
Anyway, but at the end of the day I helped him. So we just arrived at, I don't know, we weren't going to do a vlog, but I was trying to get the beautiful, sound of the little ocean, Lake Superior, but Doug's babbling on, so we might as well keep babbling on. And we just
love my babbling.
Most of the time. We just got to Lake Superior Provincial Park. I don't know if in the background you can see the highways sort of right there. But the way our campground's set up, our actual site, we have the highway right beside us pretty much. And then the Lake Superior right beside us. So we can see it from our site. We can walk here and got ourselves a drink and snackies. It just came from White Lake, which probably our least favorite park, probably, or up there anyway with the...
Absolutely nothing wrong with it, other than...
Wasn't a lot to explore.
It had 3 trails that we didn't bother walking because they were like to a bog.
Yeah, they weren't very exciting.
We did a little paddle yesterday in the kayak.
Yeah, but it was a bit windy, so kayaking hasn't been great for us. It's either big water or it's
been too windy.
So went for a bit of a paddle and a bit of a walk. And the day before we went for a bike ride, but
just in the park.
Just in the park, not too much. So I have been working on my crochet. Doug's been reading his book, and I just started reading my book. So got some chilling time, which I'm not very good at anyway, but seems like a waste to me, but
apparently relaxation is a good thing.
yeah, they say it is, yeah. So we went, before that though, before White Lake, we were at Neys, which, awesome. It was a nice beach too, not as big as this one. This one's like really long, so we're gonna have to walk it probably with our winter coats on even, but Neys had a nice beach filled with driftwood. But we were close enough to, not this close, but we were close enough we could walk down and sit on the beach, so we did that a few times. And they had a nice big trail that, I forget what the trail was called, Pick Point or...
It was a combination of about 4 trails up to the Pick Island looking.
It was about 17, it took us 17K probably to do the whole thing, and then you get a pin in the visitor center, so we have our pins. And we saw lots of moose poop.
Apparently at this park you can get a pin. They have the Superior Coast Trail, or I forget what it's...
It's like 60 kilometers.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
You have to sleep overnight out in the wilderness. So, and then you have to buy your own damn pin. Yeah.
Oh, right, they didn't give it.
No, it was like $3. Yeah, forget that. Neys gave you a pin, so that was awesome. And it was only 17K, which is totally doable. We're not sleeping overnight in like that over there in that.
Not where we can sleep in
our
comfortable bed.
No, we are not sleeping in that. We'll go and spend the whole day hiking, but we will not sleep out in the wilderness.
We saw 2 couples today on the highway on bicycles with all the saddlebags on the front wheel and the back wheel and their rain gear on. It was pouring rain at the time, riding along on their bike. It's like, isn't that fun? You get to bike all day in the rain and then sleep all night on a rock. Not our style of fun.
No, like I say, we'll spend all day hiking, but at the end of the day I want a shower and a drink.
Yep.
And a soft bed and some heat and a good meal. So anyways, we like how we do it. They like how they do it. So works out good. Before Neys, I forget where we were. Rainbow
Before
Falls.
Neys, Rainbow Falls.
Yeah.
decent.
Yep, had a little fall.
And
Nothing
they also
compared.
had a second campground right down on the shore
Oh.
of Lake Superior. It was beautiful.
Right, that was the best part of it.
It's like if we ever come this way again, we would stay at
I think it was called Rossland.
Ross.
Ross something.
I want to say Rossport, but I don't think that's right either.
Anyway, I think
Ross something.
Rossland, I think.
That could be it, yeah.
But I'm not really I don't know. I
That
wouldn't
might
swear
be
to
right.
it. I wouldn't bet money on it, but Doug didn't think these waves were very big, but if you look out there, they're a good size. I mean, they wouldn't capsize you or anything, but it wouldn't be pleasant in your kayak. Well,
We paddled in bigger in Bay of Fundy.
yeah.
That was a little scary.
So Rainbow Falls was nice. Mostly I liked the other campground. And if we go again, yeah, we'll stay in that campground because it was right on Lake Superior like this. And we met we met a nice couple that was telling us about their travels and lots of people to talk to there.
Yeah, they were actually kind of, they lived in Kenora, and they said they were thinking they would just go for like a night. They had like I think it was a pickup truck with a camper thingy
yeah.
on the back.
With a tent
Yeah,
back.
and they were thinking they'd just go out for a night, and then they kind of adjusted their plans, and they ended up going to Cape Breton.
Yeah,
But all that said, they did it in like a week and a half. So
Yeah.
they just decided to go a little farther, but they did it quite quickly. And they were back, and I'm not sure if the next day they were going to be back in Kenora again. But yeah.
She thought they probably gained 20 pounds and I forget what he was
Oh
saying.
yeah. However
Gas
it was
mileage.
worded, it kind of, whatever was said, it kind of led into. And she's thinking, yeah, I gained 20 pounds, and he's thinking drove or used or whatever amount of gas. That he's worried about the truck and the gas. She's worried about how many pounds she's gained on her holiday.
Anyway, they were sweet.
Difference between boys and girls.
Yeah, right there. Sums it up. Gas mileage and weight gain.
Winter storage.
I don't know. I have no idea how Doug and I are doing, but
We don't bring a scale. We have all the comforts of home except for a scale.
our eating hasn't been bad. We don't eat out. Even on our travel days, we stop, make a
Have a
sandwich.
peanut butter and honey sandwich or
Doug has
yogurt.
peanut butter sandwich,
bran
and
buds.
I have yogurt and bran buds. We don't eat out at all. Last time we ate out was in Thunder Bay.
That's the only time we ate out. Other
I
than
expect we might eat out in the Sioux.
I hope so.
So after this, we go to Pancake Bay, and then we're going to go over to the Sioux, and we're going to cross into the States, and going to check out the locks in the United States, Sault Ste. Marie, which I
Get
thought
some cheap American gas.
that was weird that both sides are called the same thing, spelled different.
Just like Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I know, but I just never knew there was a Sault Ste. Marie in the U.S. So, but anyways, apparently there's quite a few logs there, and they're the biggest in the
Possibly the world. I'm not sure, but they're big, bigger than the locks on the St. Lawrence Seaway and the Welland Canal.
So we're excited about that, and then we're going to go to Chutes from there, and then go over to Manitoulan Island and check it out and see if it's worthy of a camping trip all of its own. So anyway, so a bit more day trips from some of these other places, but this is number 11 and 14, so we're getting there. 2 more weeks roughly till we're home.
2 more weeks and a couple days.
2 more weeks and 2 days.
And I hope the forecast is very wrong, because after this not incredible but not horrible
great.
weather we're enjoying right now, it's supposed to start raining this evening and pretty much rain till we leave here in 4 days. So I hope they're wrong and we get some decent weather in there, because I'd rather not sit on a beach in the rain for 4 days.
No, or I might have to make you a sweater, or crochet you a sweater or something.
I brought 5 books. I'm working on the 3rd. I kind of only read half of the 2nd. And yeah, if it rains for 3 more days, I might get some more books read.
I brought 3 and I'm a quarter of the way through one.
Well, I only started yesterday.
Oh yeah, I only started yesterday. I focused more on the crocheting.
Thankfully, we do have internet and cell service at this park, so we can watch Netflix.
Yeah, we ran out of my data, so we had to ration our TV watching, and
But it reset.
it reset on Saturday, so we're good to go. And hopefully, in the next 2 weeks, we won't use it all, and we will be home with our Wi-Fi again. So, anyway, so far, Lake Superior Provincial Park, it's a thumbs up, and hopefully it doesn't rain too much, so we can explore more of it. It's a giant park. Giant. It's huge. We've driven what? How long were we driving? From the tip to the bigger than Eric's fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we drove almost an hour from when we entered the park until we got to our campground.
And our campground's at the bottom end. Yeah, so
I think it's still another 15 minutes to get out of the park, but yeah.
Highway 17 runs right through it, so it reminded us of Algonquin.
How you drive across 60 and you're just...
Not in a good way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you're driving by trailheads that are like a half-hour drive from here. So yeah, that's not happening.
White Lake was like not very busy, but we've seen like a good half a dozen probably trailers rolling in here in the last like hour, 45 minutes that we've been sitting here. So
White Lake,
you can
you're sitting
see,
there.
I don't think you can see our trailer, but it's just right back in there. Yeah, Canada Dream.
White Lake, we were there on a Friday night. Normally when you're down south on a Friday night, the trailers are just rolling in, you know, one after another as people are coming to camp for the weekend. And we might have seen 2 trailers all evening roll into our campground.
Yeah, it was pretty
And we
bad.
were fairly close to the entrance, so most people that came in had to go by us. And we did see a premier go by. It's only our second one of this vacation, but yeah, there was no, oh, you can tell it's the weekend. Look at all the trailers rolling
Even the seasonal, because mostly the campground was seasonal of the people that were there, but most of the seasonal weren't even there.
And there were a whole lot of empty sites.
Yeah. So if you don't do the seasonal, you're just an empty park, really. So good thing they've chosen to do that. But even a lot of the seasonal people weren't there.
I guess we haven't figured out whether they do seasonal here yet.
We haven't, other than walk here and eat a bag of crispers and a drink, we have not. We haven't explored
Our trailer
anything.
is right through the woods behind us. We've walked about 100 feet since we got out of the van.
Yeah. It was pretty tight. The trees are pretty plentiful.
It was actually very easy to get in. We just drove right in. But if the
I wouldn't
trees
say
were
very
about 6
easy.
inches...
You had to like...
Oh, I had to watch the mirrors constantly and driving within 6 inches of trees. So yeah, if the trees were 6 inches closer, it would have been impossible. But because they weren't, we just drove right in. It's snug, but we fit.
Yeah. I couldn't have got it on the site, let's just say
Yeah,
that.
as we were driving down the road here, I said, you need to spend more time driving the van so you can get good at this.
I'd be lucky to get the van in, let alone the trailer in the van.
Actually, when I drove the van back around with the trailer mirrors still on, I was still smacking branches with the mirrors. So I thought, yeah, I need to get these mirrors off.
I don't remember when we last did a video. What park?
Either. I don't either.
So I don't know if we've missed any, but Rainbow
been.
Falls. What was before?
Wait a minute, Sleeping Giant.
Rainbow Falls, Sleeping Giant was before. Yeah, Sleeping Giant we did one, yeah.
I forget where we did it last. We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, I don't think we've missed anything. I think we did talk about Sleeping Giant, so.
If
anyway.
not, we did some awesome hiking at Sleeping Giant.
Anyway, we'll do another one and capture kind of what we managed to explore at this park in the next 3-4 days, and the other 3 parks probably is the last one we'll do.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right.
You ready for a drink?
Yep. Look at that. Montreal Island out there. That's what they call it.
Not near Montreal.
But it's not really Montreal.
And apparently just over there is Montreal River.
And then there's some kind of a river thing. But anyways, hopefully we'll get out there to explore it. Bye.